This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video I'm going to analyze the Grade 1 Diana at Saratoga for Saturday, July 15th. Now, if you're interested in reading my Saratoga articles, you can go over to todaysracingdigest.com. I have a bunch of Saratoga articles that I've already posted, and in the description in this video I'll provide links to those articles, and I've posted some jockeys, trainers, horses to watch, some post-position analysis, a running style analysis. I'm going to be doing some stakes previews, stakes recaps, videos, all kinds of action from Saratoga all summer long at todaysracingdigest.com. And now we'll get into the analysis of this video, and I'm going to be doing the fourth race at Saratoga for Saturday, July 15th, the Grade 1 $500,000 Diana Stakes for fillies and mares traveling 1.1 miles on the main track. And the scheduled post time is 2:46 p.m. Eastern Time. Only a 5-horse field here, but we have a lot of quality in this race, beginning with number 1, Rover for trainer Mark Casse, and she is 12-1 morning line, and she's run 15 times, 4 wins, 4 seconds, and 2 third-place finishes. She hasn't run at Saratoga yet. She's an overseas transplant, and last year she came to Woodbine in 2022, and her first start at Woodbine was in the Grade 2 Dance Smartly Stakes, and in that race she set the pace, and she ended up finishing second. In her next start in the Grade 2 Canadian Stakes at this 1.1 mile distance, she chased from second, she took the lead, she got into a battle, and she was able to hold on and win by a nose there. Nice effort. The Grade 1 E.P. Taylor at 1.25 miles was her final start last year, and she ended up finishing an even fourth, beaten less than 2 lengths. She made her first start this year in the Grade 2 Nassau Stakes at Woodbine. That was on July 1st. It was a 1-mile race on yielding turf. She had post 8 in a 9-horse field, and she broke last, and she went last to first, going away by more than 4 lengths. So that was a strong effort there, and she's one that has a lot of versatility. She went last to first last time in her first 2 starts at Woodbine last year. She set the pace, and then she chased from second. So for her jockey, Javier Castellano, riding for the first time, he seems to have a lot of options from that inside post. They paid $975,000 for this one in 2021. And she's one that certainly has some ability, and now we're going to find out how good she is facing 4 Chad Brown trainees, and including a number 2 in Italian, your 2-5 morning line favorite. Now she's 7 for 11 with 3 seconds and a third, so she's always in the top 3, and she always goes out there and she sets the pace. She's a 4-time Grade 1 winner. Now, some of the big races that she won the Grade 1 Diana last year when she was able to get out there and control the pace and wire the field at 8-1 odds. It's not going to be 8-1 this time. And then in the Grade 1 First Lady, she was able to get out there and control the pace last fall and win that one. The Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf, she set the pace. She finished second there. And then in 2 starts this year, the Grade 1 Jenny Wiley at Keeneland in the spring, she wired the field, won easily by 3 lengths. The Grade 1 Just a Game last time out, another very easy victory. Got out there, controlled the pace, won by almost 4 lengths. So Irad Ortiz Jr. is almost certainly going to put her on the lead. They paid $610,000 for this filly in 2019. She's banked a little less than $2 million. So she's had an outstanding career for Chad Brown. She looks like the controlling speed, and she looks like the deserving favorite trying to repeat in this event. Marketsegmentation is next. And this Chad Brown trainee is 4-1 morning line. So she's the second choice, and she's very consistent. 7 starts, 5 wins, a second, and a third. Now, she hasn't run at Saratoga yet, and she has not competed at this distance, but she's won her last 3 stake starts. And all those starts were this year. In April, she won a little stakes race at Gulfstream Park, rallying from 7th place in a 9-horse field. She chased from second and won the Grade 3 Bogey at Belmont Park. That was on May 7th. And then on June 9th, the Grade 1 New York Stakes at 1.25 miles. She got out there and controlled the pace. She held on, and she won by 3/4 of a length. Jose Ortiz is going to have her up on the pace, most likely chasing her pace, her stablemate in here, in Italian, who will probably be in front. Marketsegmentation and Rover will probably be the 2 that are chasing that front runner. Number 4, Fluffy Socks. For this Chad Brown trainee, she's run 18 times, 5 wins, 7 seconds, and 2 thirds. She's earned just a little less than $1 million, so she should go over the $1 million mark in earnings in the near future. And she's run 3 times at Saratoga with 2 runner-up finishes. And she's run 5 times at 1.1 miles with a win, 2 seconds, and a third. She exits a stakes win. That was a Grade 2 flat mile stakes race, the Distaff Turf Mile at Churchill Downs on May 6th. And she rallied from 5th place at a 6-horse field, and she won by a length. I think she's probably better as a miler with a decent closing kick. When she gets into some of those longer races, I mean, she can't quite get there. Like the Boston Spa at a mile and a 16th, she was second, beating a half length. We know she handles Saratoga. She's got an okay closing kick, but like I said, I think that she's best as a flat mile closer, probably more in the grade 2 and grade 3 ranks. Finally, number 5, Whitebeam. This one for trainer Chad Brown. She's certainly one that is very consistent as well. 8 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. She's another overseas transplant. She used to run in Great Britain and France, and then Chad Brown took over the training this year. She was in the Plenty of Grace Stakes, and she was 3-1 that day in her first start in this country in April. And that was at Aqueduct at 1 mile on firm turf. And she, in a 5-horse field, she sat back and forth. She surged late. She missed by a neck. And then in her next start, the Gallaret Stakes, a grade 3 at Pimlico on May 20th. So that was on the Preakness undercard there. In that race, from the inside post, she was able to stalk the pace. She found some clear running room. She kicked away. She was much the best. She was less than even money. She won by more than 2 lengths that day. And then the runner-up and the show finisher were both next out stakes winners. So she exits a productive race. Flavia Pratt will ride for the first time. She's going to try to rally from a bit off the pace in this spot. It's going to be hard to defeat in Italian if she just gets out there and sets a comfortable pace again. She's so consistent. You know that she's just going to go out there, and if she can just slow things down on the front end, she's probably going to wire the field just like she did in this race last year and just like she did in her last 2 grade 1 turf starts. So in Italian's going to be my top choice. No surprise there. I just think she'll control the pace in here. I'm just going to make a cold exacta, and I'm going to put number 5, Whitebeam, in second, this other Chad Brown runner. I like the looks of her last race. I thought that was a good effort. Not a lot of pace in there. She sat a good stalking trip, and she had a nice finishing kick, defeating 2 next out stakes winners. So just the cold exacta in here in this grade 1 Diana, number 2 in Italian over number 5, Whitebeam. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And again, go over to todaysracingdigest.com to check out all of my Saratoga handicapping articles. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.